So, boom! We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Internationally is done. We are finished with that. Finally, over and out. Let's get that. Let's get that glare out the way. Out the shot. That glare is ridiculous. But anyway, guys, we are done with international football. Thank fucking God. It's back to the big boy stuff. We're talking football. Well, I've had to take a couple of days off for it, because international is just dead. But anyway, hold on. Let me just prep this thing. I should have been more prepared. I'm ill prepared. I didn't prep it. Let me prep it. Oh, it is as well. Whole time. This whole time the hat has been there the whole time. I didn't even know. I've been waiting for the hat, waiting for the missus to finish from her meeting. These times, I got the hat. I got the hat. My hair was looking crazy. Anyway, what are we saying? Anyone here in the comments? Nothing. Nothing is that bad. What are you saying, Charlie boy? What are you saying? It's a big game for you this weekend. Are you going to beat Manchester United? Are you going to? Because I see how many injuries you've got. That's a lot of injuries, broski. I've got to do a video after this about Man United and their next run of fixtures, but then I might have to follow that up with Pep Guardiola's injury list because it's looking crazy. Man United getting packed in this weekend. I, I hope you pack them in. I'm telling you, this weekend could be a sweet weekend. Arsenal should beat Forest 3-4 for Guinea. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what people say. We are playing a Nottingham Forest that are hurt. One win, one draw, one loss. It's been a discombobulating window for them. It's not they ain't been cohesive. They thought they were with Nuno Espirito de Santos. He gets sacked by Maganagis, and he brings in Evangelo. So we should beat them 3-4-0. And then Man United should lose 3-4-0. Well, they should do before I saw the injury list. But you know what? There's no excuses. You've got the squad. You spent 250 buff in Jan. You spent another 250 buff this summer, off 200. So you spent a lot of pennies, Charlie boy. So there should be no excuses for Manchester fucking United, for Man City. What's this? What's Abs saying? How's it going? I'm all good, Abs baby. What are you saying? Pep. That's the thing. Pep is shaking too. It's a must-win game for both Manchester fucking United and Man City. I didn't want it to be like that. I wanted Man City to just be free flowing. But you know what? A wounded Pep is usually a good Pep. I've seen a wounded Pep before, apart from last season. It's the first time. What's this? Warner Brothers Discovery up 27% on rumors of Paramount. Paramount are going to buy Warner Brothers, yeah? Or Warner Brothers Discovery. Okay, interesting. Pep is shaking though. I agree with you, Abs. But what are you saying, Abs, baby? Need Haaland to bring his purple patch form back from Internationale. It's weird because a few people have come back. A few people are showing purple patches at international, but when they come to Premier League, their managers are stifling them. It's weird. It's interesting. Interesting. Let's see if that trend continues. Let's keep an eye out for that one, Charlie boy, for the next internationale. He had a shaky season last season. Soon, the doubt will enter his mind, and he becomes the villain. Interesting, a bit like Jose esque. But today we've discovered that Chelsea were cheating. I mean, sorry, let me rephrase that. it's now official that Chelsea were cheating, because Arsene Wenger said it back in the day, and people laughed at him and cussed him, and to the point where it got into the heads of the Arsenal fans, and then it was Wenger out. It was a snowball effect. It was a snowball effect. So imagine if there's no Chelsea cheating and there's no Roman Abramovich doing what they did back in the day. Um, so this is how it looks. Arsenal end up finishing first or second. Do you know what I mean? Because we don't lose Ashley Cole. Um, we don't lose Nasri, um, Adebayor, Clichy. We don't lose these man to Man City. Do you know what I mean? We don't. There's no Chelsea winning leagues, Champions Leagues, beating Arsenal in cup finals. There's none of that. But this is the world we're in. Cheating. That there's cheating going on under the noses in big 2020. This is the millennial. Remember this. This is 02, 03. There shouldn't be no cheating. Do you know what I mean? But they allowed it to happen, and we allowed it to happen today with Man City. That's why, and that's why you don't hear me cuss Man City out, because I grew up in that Chelsea era, and that was the rich. So it's okay for Chelsea to cheat, but now Man City want to cheat. I was all for it, because I was like, fuck Man United. It's their turn now. Now they're gonna have their noisy neighbours. We're lucky it was Chelsea and not Spurs. Do you know what I'm saying? We're lucky. I could tolerate Chelsea. Even now, I can tolerate Chelsea. But we're lucky it was Chelsea and not Spurs who got bought out. But you see how Man City got bought out. That's why I don't be cussing Man City. 'Cause I'm like, you know what? Good. I'm happy someone else come in and showed you, and they did. They even did it better than Chelsea. So I just filled me with glee. I was happy when Man City done the 4P. I was happy when Man City won the Champions League. I was happy when Man City mashed work. I'm just happy. If Arsenal ain't gonna win the league, I want Man City to win the league. That's me. That's that's me, man. That's that's what I got to say about that, man. If Arsenal do not win the league, I want Man City to win the fucking league all day, every day, even if they surpass Arsenal's records and everything there. I ain't gonna lie, I'll be pissed. But I'd rather see them than United, Liverpool, Spurs, and even Chelsea there. That's why I'm all for Newcastle. Let Newcastle run the thing up. Let them overtake Man City now and show us. But for me, that's a step too far, because that's when it's like it becomes ridiculous. Because to overpower Man City, you got to spend. You know what I mean? They already over because Chelsea had to go over Man United, and then Man City had to go over Chelsea, and then we're gonna get a unstoppable force in Newcastle. So I'm kind of happy. I'm kind of happy the cheaters are now getting their fair dues. But we know the outcome of Chelsea's punishment before you hear anything about City. I don't get. I already know the punishment. There ain't gonna be no punishment. But I'm just happy now. It's come to light that man was cheating. Wenger said. I remember Wenger saying, "How can I give 7 million to Hazard's agent and then not pay? How am I gonna pay the fee? How am I gonna pay this transfer?" That's immoral for starters. Why am I paying you 7 bills? Why am I paying you 7 million buff just so I can chat to man? No, no, we ain't doing that. We ain't fucking doing that, man. Because the City have never admitted and listen. It was the new regime that admitted the guilt. The new regime said, "You know what? We need some kudos up in this mother. We need to go and get some kudos points. And how are we going to do that? Let's snitch. Let's snitch on the old regime. You know, I just found these books. They were paying Hazard's agent 7 million just to talk to him. There's more. There's more. Crespo. Crespo. Drogba. Can you know? Oh, Jose Mourinho. Come on, man. Get to grips, bro. Get to fucking grips, cuz. Make me sick. Make me you skunks. Where do you think the term net spend come from, you skunks in football? It came from us. It came from Arsenal talking net spend. Because we had to talk net spend. We had to play the best football and talk net spend. Are you fucking man? And when I hear man talk about net spend today and celebrate it, You skunks. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. And that's why, and that's why they will be dealt with double quick because maybe you're right because of the admission. Maybe you're right. They submitted, but again they snitched. They snitched on the old regime to try and get kudos. So they're gonna get the little punishment. It's probably gonna be a little fine. What are they gonna do? Take titles away? What are they gonna do? What are they gonna? Come on. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if they took titles away and gave them to Man United. Wouldn't surprise me. Man United fans will be going bonkers for that because it will put them over Liverpool. This is a bunch of dirty tricks in the game. Just wait until they. That's what I said. Who said this? Is that Abs speaking? Who's that speaking? Abs. I said exactly the same thing today in the WhatsApp group. I said, boom. Now they dealt with Chelsea. We got Man City. Now I need them to look into the Sir Ali era. That's what. Hey, listen. If there's been corruption in France, there's been corruption in Italy, the biggest league ever. There's been corruption in Spain, but none in England. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of here. All I want is a fair game, bruh. That's all I want. I don't need man to. We don't need the cheating. And furthermore, if you're gonna allow them to cheat, let everyone else cheat. Then let's do the cheat games like they're doing with the Olympic thing. I have what unanointed close to my heart, but it is what the man said. I have United close to my heart, but it is what it is. Listen, yeah, so I thought you was a Man United fan. So why do you want them to look into United for? What you didn't like the Fergie era? That's your golden era, bruv. You can't be like in the Ten Hag era to Bomber, because geez Louise. Anyway, I diversed. By the way, before we get back onto the football, anyone watch Spider Man? Yeah, the animation. I'm not talking about my era, the 94 to 90 whatever, 99. I'm talking about the other one. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. Oh, I think it's 2017, but it's not bad. I see now, after watching that, I see the films, the Homecoming thing. I see where they get it's more playful. The one in my era is a lot more darker, which is closer to the first original Sam Raimi movies. But I get it now. It made more sense. No, I am a Man United fan, but I know that it is dirty things behind the curtains. Yeah, there's dirty tricks, going on behind There's too much money involved now. Listening to players like seeing Roy Keane's contract the other day, and even though you got to remember it was big buffs back then. You got to remember inflation and all them things then. So it was big buff, but he was earning 50K a week. What's that? 30 after tax, maybe. Do you know what I mean? 3 mil a year, 1 mil a year, 2 mil a year, 3 mil a year. Like you look and you think, what is that it? But that was a lot back then. We got to cut the crap. But it was like, yeah, interesting. It was just very interesting to see. What about Spider Man? What Spider Man? Spider Man. It's animation, but I think it's a 2017 animation. I'm not sure. I'll find out today exactly, and then we'll go from there. What did I watch last night? 28 Days Later. I watched that last night. Haven't seen that movie in 20 years. Is it even 20 years old? I don't know. I haven't seen it in long. I haven't seen it since the week it came out. I'm tell a lie. Tell a lie. I'm lying. I also brought on DVD. I bought it on DVD, so I'm lying. I'm gassing to you. I bought that too on DVD. I'm gassing. So I haven't seen it since maybe the first few weeks of when I bought it on DVD, and that was the week it came out. So yeah, God knows. But yeah, I want to watch the other two. I discovered that Danny Boyle, he did direct the second one, but I hear he directed the third one, and he went back to basics because the first one was actually done on digital camera, one of them handheld things back in the day, and that was one of the first films to be filmed on digital camera, and you can see some of the angles were jarring, but he has jarring angles, but you know what it is, with Boyle, Danny Boyle, um, he's cinematography, late night shopping. Remember late night shopping, guys? But his cinematography in Train Spotting, out of this world, and the framing, everything perfect, and that's why I was a bit taken aback by 28 Days Later. But you know what? I was thinking about it as I was watching it last night. Danny Boyle does have a fantastic range. Off the top of my head, I can't remember the films that he directed because I'm not in it no more like that. I used to know it off by heart, but I know he done Million Dollar Baby, and so that is it. Million Dollar Baby, Million Dollar Boy. What's the one when he wins the million P's? He wins the money from India, the lottery. No, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? But what's it called? Million Dollar Baby. It is Million Dollar Baby, isn't it? Or is that the boxing thing with Clint Eastwood? Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. But it was that film there. But you see, he's got an array. So you got dystopia, you got underclass Scots or underclass world, and then you got Mumbai, and again about rags to riches. Yeah, interesting. Slumdog Millionaire. That's it, my bomber. Man said Million Dollar Baby, which is the Clint Eastwood film, the boxing film. Yeah, you right, you right, you right. With what's the girl's name? Boys Don't Cry actor. Jodie, Judy. I can't remember no one's names no more. That's bad. That's too much. That's crazy, crazy. But yeah, Million Dollar Baby, decent film, decent film. What is the girl's name? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Can't activate it. Hey Alexa. She ain't plugged in. Hillary Swank Broski. Yes, abs. My man. It's Hillary Swank, baby. All you gotta do is just jog my memory and I'll be like, yeah, boom. Hillary Swank. Decent actress, Hillary. Michelle Hillary Swank. She's in Boys Don't Cry. That's why I said Boys Don't Cry. To see that jogged my memory, but I didn't jog. I kept on getting Jodie Foster for some reason. And then Jane Foster. But yeah, Hillary Fogan Swank. If you wanna listen, shall I tell you another bad boy movie, underrated movie around this same era, actually, to be fair. V A V A R. VAVAR by Martin Scorsese. That film, I've seen that film about 8 times. It's a slow burner. But once you get over once you've seen it once and then you watch it again a second time and you really get the feel for it, yeah. Every time after that, it's just wicked, wicked watch. That movie that movie shook my heart. Yeah, sad, isn't it? But I can't remember it too much. But I remember it being sad. I watched it twice because I think this is when I first started discovering Clint Eastwood as a director, and I wasn't sold on him as a director. But Million Dollar Baby was the movie. What was the film before Million Dollar Baby? With Sean Penn, and it's a thriller. Not Mulholland Drive. That's the Coen Brothers. Mystic Fogging River. Mystic River. That's the first film I saw of Clint Eastwood, and I said, "Boom, this brother can direct. The brother can direct." And then I saw Million Dollar Baby, and I was unsure because everyone was gassing it. Oscar this, Oscar that. They see me. I don't. Them traditional Oscar films win the Oscar. Some of them can be empty. The ones that have the real substance behind it. You see that film that John Mayer's in, the bodybuilding one. Like, go and watch that. That's Oscar worthy movie, but he's never gonna win an Oscar because he was under too much controversy, fogged up. But that movie there, acting superb, DOP superb, tone superb. The cadence of the movie superb. The pacing of it superb. The ability for John Mayers or Jonathan Mayers, whatever his name is, to capture that the nuance of like autism or it's actually a sad film, a deep film. That's why you need to watch The Wrestler as well. It's of that ilk, of the wrestler ilk, and that new movie that The Rock's gonna be in. What's it, Smashing, whatever. Them movies there go a long way. Wicked movie because it also delves into the psyche of a man, which we're not really, we don't really see too much of that really anymore because the death of the American dream, so to speak. So that the American action movie, the man, the hero had changed. Remember, it's gone from big beefy Arnie to wearing vests Die Hard, which is still I'm a man's man to whatever it is today. Man, are wearing suits and doing whatever. I don't know what the man is today. But anyway, guys, I just came back just to give you a little tipple before we get cracking this weekend. Car, I'll be on here tomorrow. I should be dropping some content tomorrow as well. I told you I've been doing a bit of golf. So I'm gonna play some golf tomorrow, so we can get you some more content, and hopefully Arteta can make Arsenal great again. Otherwise, he's getting the sack, and I should be seeing you and seeing Cesc Fabregas at the club. Over and out, guys. Love.